barely clearing the dome here at the moment. This is pretty low, and it's directly into Ogdensburg, New York. Light pollution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump that up from 2 seconds, and we're going to aim for 20-second exposure in the light pollution, and see the result of this target here. I'm really anxious to see the result of that, given this camera here performance. Not bad at all. Okay. We do see a lot of light pollution here that's being picked up. The background is kind of a gray, um, and this is what we're looking at here. So we're going to go and activate the dark field correction. Hopefully it's going to help a bit. And we're right in the light pollution, directly in it of Ogdensburg, New York. You can tell just by the background, looking at the background. This is the Eagle Nebula, so we'll see what kind of result we're going to get out of this. It's only 20 seconds, so it's not too bad at all. We could probably go a little bit higher than that. Um, I still have the dark frame taken for 30 seconds, so we're playing with the light pollution right now, where we're not in it, we're looking at it. So it's completely different than looking through it. We're going to pump that up at 30 seconds and see what kind of result we're going to get. I'm not using any filters here whatsoever. This is straight through the scope, no filters or anything like that. And this is very low to the horizon over here. Okay, yeah, the light pollution interferes quite a lot. Nonetheless, we get to pull it through. This is something I don't usually get here too often. And for such a large sensor, it certainly has a really nice field of view for that. Thank you, Jack. 27 degrees up, it's pretty low. It's very low, and it shows as well. You can tell by the background with the light pollution from Ogdensburg, New York. I'm right in it, and I'm just skimming the edge of the dome with the scope. But nonetheless, it's a test that I wanted to do, and I wanted to experiment with. Um, it's working pretty good. There's one more target that I had in mind that I would mind trying. Uh, Let me see if I could hit it again. I did a point mount. The one at point mount was really good. So I'm going to try to duplicate that so that we get the same thing as the point mount performance. Let's maybe readjusting the camera a little bit here to give us capabilities of seeing something. All right, hang on a sec. We're going to switch target again. Oh, M31's a good idea. I don't know if it's up though. Hang on a second. I gotta go outside and take a look at that. Okay, M31 is up, and yeah, M31 is up. It's fairly low, but we're gonna give it a try. Good call. 15 seconds maybe. Yeah, let's try 15-second exposure. Yeah, it is higher than the eagle. Ah, cool. Okay. Holy Moses, it nearly fits on the 8-inch with the focal reducer. This is pretty impressive. Um, Let me adjust the gamma here a little bit. Try to balance that out. That's not bad at all. And it's got to be a pretty large sensor. Wow, look at that. Okay, we're going to have to do some adjustments here. I would say to increase exposure so we can get more, more stuff. And then let's go to 30 seconds and see what. Maybe 30 is too much, but hey, what the heck? We're just going to give it a try. What is the thing that's going to happen? It's going to make it worse, or it's going to make it nicer, or it's going to look like heck. So one or the other. Let's go for it until it blows up. Yeah, we've got the M31 and M32. Yes, Simon, that's what I want to get. The dark lanes. Oh, this is cool. Whoa. Okay, this is where the 8-inch. Let's lower the gamma, and I'm going to have to use just a sec. I need to stop the exposure for a moment. I'm going to go get the dark field correction. I did make one of 30-second earlier, so let's apply it. Wow, this is nice. Very, very, very nice. This is most impressive. Here we go. Lots of stars in there too. Now don't forget, I got the gain all the way at 20 here. So you'll get a little bit of amplo at the bottom and on top, but it's very easily removed with the dark field correction. That's what it's for. It's a tool. Okay, wait, we're gonna jump to 30. Absolutely, I see two of the duck lanes as it is. It nearly fits in the whole field of view here. This is quite interesting, actually. Whoops. Okay, hang on. No problem there, folks. Hang on. Let me do a bit of adjustments on the gamma. That's what we need to do right now. So we're going to wait that at 30 seconds, and we'll be good to go. Whoa, this is cool. Okay. Yep, I like that. It nearly fits. It nearly fits on an 8-inch. This is quite, yes, it is, a little bit. But what's the other one? That's M32, isn't it, Jack? That we're seeing at 3 o'clock position on the screen here. I believe that's for M32. Okay, sounds good. And thank you for confirming. And of course, M110 is out in field of view. It's probably right at the bottom somewhere to the left. This is pretty cool, though. This is nice. Maybe we should pop up the exposure. How about if we go to 40 seconds? I don't know what it's going to give us, but all right. And this is not bin mode. This is full mode. 4,640 by 3506. Yes, bottom left, that's what I figured it would be somewhere down there anyway. But this is pretty neat though. But 8 inch and no, this is nice. Very, very nice with the focal reducer. Next time I'm going to remove the rings for the focal reducers so we don't have as much as an aggressive reduction. Wow, 40-second really pumped it up. Okay, let's try a bit more. Let's push this to 50 seconds. Yeah, let's go 10 seconds at a time. Okay, let's try 50. Well, you'll get it before that, Jack. Yes, you're going to get some. We're going to start production next week, and sensors should be in. And anyways, I'll tell you more about it. But yes, you do. You gotta have this camera, Jack. It's as I had a guest that came over yesterday late last night while I was broadcasting, and I mute the microphone, and when he was saying, he says it's a cat ass for sure, and John only uses as big and it's 16-inch telescope as well, and it looks like he's going to be putting this as big for sale, and this is what he wants. Wow, this is nice, folks. Very, 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 very nice. Let me lower the gamma a little bit. We're going to try to darken the background just a tad, and I'm going to push up the exposure, I think. That's not bad for 50 seconds. Okay, that sounds good. Glenn, I agree with you. There's a lot of details start to pop out. The longer exposure we go, the better. Wow, it's just every night. Well, for live, it's not bad at all, Glenn, I'd say. Teresa, sorry. For live, that tastes pretty darn good. Ooh, okay. Yep, yep. We got it. Okay, that's it. I'm going for a minute. So that's 15 seconds. Let's go for 1 minute. Whoops. I've never tried a minute with this camera yet, so we are about to, well, 59 seconds. That's close enough. We don't need anything so precise, so 59 seconds is our next stop. And wow, out of an 8-inch with a focal reducer, this is not bad at all. Pretty cool. Did not expect that one. We could probably lower the saturation a bit. The reason is we're just going to lower the color noise a little bit. The longer exposure we go, sometimes colors are a little bit too strong, so we're going to lower that a little bit. Give us a better 10 seconds to go. I'm going to keep an eye on that gamma. The gamma is really, really crucial. I pretty well leave the histogram where it is, 0 and 75. That's the gain that we need. That's the dynamic range that we need. I leave that. I don't touch it much. But the gamma, though, yes. Oh, this is pretty cool. And we've got a lot more detail in there. All right. We're going to lower the gamma some more and increase the gamma, that is. This is very, very interesting. Good call for target. Allows us to see, well, we could see dynamic range and colors and whatever else, and the pinpoint stars are just fabulous. Wow, this is nice. Now we see those dust lanes. Okay, we could go more. Let's push it more. I don't know how much more, but hey, let's do it till the camera explodes. That's what I like. How about if we go 1 minute and 20 seconds? That's going to be quite a lot. The dark field won't match that anymore because this is a 30-second dark field that I've taken, and it seems to work pretty well for the rest of the image. So, as the old saying goes, it works. Leave well enough alone. So that's what we're going to do. The gain all the way up to 20. We're still getting a really nice image out of this. Field of view is really, really nice. You don't need a hyperstar anymore. No, I wish we did. We got options to flip the image, and that's about it. But I'm going to talk to the programmer about that to have a negative image. I think it's going to be a feature we're going to need. So 1 minute and 20 seconds is coming up. It's 55 seconds right now. We're going to jump up for 59 seconds to an additional 20 seconds. A minute and 20 seconds. That's not bad at all for what it is. Whoa, cool. Okay. Whoa. 10 o'clock position is so beside the nuclei. We're really picking up a lot of details in there. Some wispy details. So let's lower the gamma. We're going to put the gamma at default actually, and see if we could darken the background. Grant, absolutely, yes. Yeah, you're right on that. Much thinner dark lanes near the center and on top at about 11 o'clock and noon. Here at least I see it. It's very interesting. Very interesting results. We're at 1 minute and 20 seconds. The first time I tried a camera with that long of an exposure, and we're getting pretty darn good results with that. The next frame's going to have a gamma increase a little bit. See if we can darken the background because we're picking up a lot of light here. This thing is ultra sensitive. It's obvious. Wow, look at that. Holy crap, this is nice. Yes, yes, I'm on the far side. We're seeing dust lane right now. Wow, this is like, okay, screw this. We're going to go for longer exposure. Where shall we go? A minute and 20 seconds is where we're at. How about if we go a minute and 40 seconds? Is that too much? Eh, what's going to happen anyways? What's going to be the worst that'll happen? It'll blow up, or the computer's going to blow up, or something's going to blow up. So let's wait and see what's going to blow up. We're going to leave the gamma pretty well the way it is. Yes, absolutely. You're right on that, Simon. Good observation point. If you look at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock positions, you can actually see it right there. It's very faint, but it's there. And it goes and it wraps around and it goes on the far side, on top of the nuclei, and it wraps all the way around. So this is very, very nice. Good observation point, Simon. Thank you for pointing that out. I was more preoccupied looking at the darker ones at the bottom and, of course, on top, on the far side, near the 11 and 12 o'clock position. But you're absolutely right about wrapping around at the bottom near the 4 o'clock position. So we're going to go for a minute and 40 seconds. I might as well jump to 2 minutes there. Whoa. Okay, this is nice. Oh boy. Yes. Okay, well, let's do that again. We are going to go for, I'm going to lower the gamma some more. We're going to go for 2 minutes exposure. Wow, I've never done that before. So for me, this is a first. Here we go. We're going to try 2 minutes exposure, folks. All your fault there, Glenn. Yep, for sure it's 5 minutes, Glenn's fault. We'll go for 2 minutes and see. I lowered the gamma some more, or increased the gamma, should I say, some more, try to deal with the
operation completed.
Overexposure to background. I'm also going to lower the saturation a little bit. Oh crap! What did I do?
Operation completed.
Okay, what happened? Whoa! Okay. You want to tell me what happened? See, I did say something was going to blow up. Yeah, I blew it up. The aliens, yes. Oh man. It's never a dull moment around here. You should see the shop. That's even worse. Oh no, I put the saturation down too low. Hang on a sec, folks. Please. Okay, let's see what's going to happen anyways. We're at 1 minute and 45 seconds into the exposure of 2 minutes, so we've got 10 seconds to go. I found life, Teresa. Yes. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes. Okay, this is 2 minutes. I did lower the gamma a little bit too much. Wow, we certainly seem quite well here. What if we go to 3 minutes, huh? Yeah, let's go for 3 minutes. Hang on, let me stop this. Okay, let's go, and I'm gonna lower the gamma a little bit more. I mean, increase the gamma a little bit more, because we're not going by 1 minute, or 10 seconds or 20-second steps. It's going to be a whole minute extra. So let's go for 3 minutes. What I'm curious to find out doing this experiment, how much more we're going to gain, because the sensor is so sensitive, we may not need to go that much for general use, that is, or general observation. There's one thing I wouldn't mind seeing with this camera is at f8 or even at f10 on the 16-inch, f8 on the 8-inch is Higson 50. I bet you we're going to be able to see it quite well. Yes, go ahead. Higson 50, here we come. This spring, right now it's too low to the horizon. Springtime, March, April. April's going to be the time for Higson 50. Yes, it is very small. You're right. That's why, Jack, I just said, I'm going to go to f10 or f8. If I use the 8-inch, I'll go f8. So we're going to get a much bigger image scale for 850, more magnification. And if I use a 16-inch, we could probably go at f10. Now the tracking needs to be impeccable for that, but I'm still curious to try it. Well, basically remove some rings around the focal reducer. It doesn't matter. If we saw actually the nuclei of NGC 6207 last night broadcast with this camera, I bet you we'll be able to see X50 hands down, just by zooming in the image, of course. 2 minutes and 12 seconds out of 3. So we got less than a minute to go. We got about 40 seconds to go now. Let's hope it's going to show what we need to see. And I'm just curious and dying to know here how much extra we're going to gain. 2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Whoa. Okay. A little bit too much. All right. Yeah, a little bit too much. So we're going to need a dark frame, a new dark field correction. So my assumption was right. You don't need to go, because it's so sensitive, you don't need to go uh, that long of an exposure. I think 2 minutes was pretty cool. So we're going to revert back to 2 minutes exposure and uh, see what it's going to give us. Oh yeah, there's lots of stars in there, that's for sure. Even M32 has got much bigger. And now because the dark field correction is much longer, is much shorter than the actual exposure, we're going to start to see a little bit of angle at the bottom and on top. But the thing is, if I lower the gain back to 0, we wouldn't get that. It's only present because of the gain being turned up all the way. Yeah, it's not overblown. You're absolutely right. It's a good observation there, Simon. Thank you. You're absolutely right. Everything's still quite pinpoint, except where the coma is on the edge. But everything's still pinpoint, and it's not overbloomed. The anti-blooming in there is perfect. Dynamic range is perfect. Wow, this is nice. Very, very, very nice. I saw that there's 4 of them in a row, and if you go to the towards some to the left some more, there's also 3 stars and sets of 2 stars. But the star chain you're referring to is right below and makes a curve, and it ends with a brighter star. This is very, very interesting. I've never noticed that before. I don't even know if other pictures show those. I don't know. This is quite interesting. Here comes 2 minutes exposure instead of 3. Okay, there we go. We still see the stars, but actually that star chain, half of it disappeared, Simon. I'm curious to know how deep we went as far as magnitude is concerned. I'd be very, very, very curious. I think 2 minutes is perfect. 12 Mallin, it sees, it shows well. We do see the dust lane. There's no processing involved, no filters involved, no nothing at all. So this is pretty well the limit. Well, not the limit, but I mean, if I would want to go like 3, 4, and 5 minute exposure, first of all, I would have to put the histogram back to default. 2, I would have to put the gamma back to default. 3, I would have to lower the gain to 0. Let the exposure do the work. instead of doing the enhancement using the histogram and the gamma, then we would probably get a really, really nice image, not overexposed. It's terrible when you say at 3 minutes you overexposed to M31. That's incredible. Yeah, I didn't even start stacking. This is single exposures. I didn't even start stacking yet. Actually, the stacking, Michael, you got a good idea and a good point here. With the USB 3, it'll be possible. USB 2 is going to bottleneck the USB 2 connectivity that I have. I'm pretty sure. But you do have a good point, a good valid point here. Stacking with a short exposure, I think we'll be able to go way, way, way above what we can do here. But nonetheless, what I like to experiment here is the point that Simon made is about stars are still pinpoint. They're not overblown. They're not overbloomed. They're not bloomed out. They're not overexposed that much. They're still maintaining a pinpoint status. And whoa, satellite went through. Cool. That was a quick one. Maybe it's an alien. Who knows? Anyway, you're going to see some a little bit bigger stars, and you're going to see some very, very faint ones nearby. So the dynamic range of the sensor is awesome. No dark halos, no nothing. This is the way that we like it. It's nice. This is the next generation, and believe it or not, that's a CMOS. Since 2013, working on this for that specific sensor, and it's to the stage of being prototype, and it's going to be ready for production. That's for sure. Good stuff. 4 seconds, so we're going to see that satellite trail for a little while. Is it ever thin and slim instead of being overexposed and fat? What a difference it makes. I never liked smaller pixels, but if you've got the sensitivity and the wafer board is made properly and the circuitry for it's made properly, here's the result. Small pixels, which are 3.8 by 3.8 micron, and ultra high sensitivity is the combination that we needed, and obviously it's working very, very well. Oh, there's no APC on this one. There's no APC. This is a USB camera. There's no frame grabber. There's none of this. It's one cable only. Plug it to the back and go. Uh-huh. Good point. Good point. There's another 2 minutes exposure. Very, very nice. Yeah, and there's the APC, Simon. If we'd had the APC, we'd be able to see a lot more detail in there. I guarantee you that. I'm going to have a talk with the software engineer about that. Probably going to raise his eyebrows again and call me on the phone and what the hell are you talking about and what is that and whatever else. So here we go again. But nonetheless, this is a lot of fun. Well, folks, it's 10:30. Great enough for me. Got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a broadcast, solar broadcast, that is. And I certainly tested what I needed to see. One of them is NGC 6207, which I find is absolutely priceless for me. And I just wish that I would have removed some of the spacers on the focal reducer, but my point tonight was to test exactly the same condition, the same camera, the same of everything from the 16-inch of last night to the 8-inch of tonight. And it did not disappoint, that's for sure. So I would like to thank everyone for being here, and we're certainly going to post a report about it on the MallinCam Yahoo group and talk about it on there. And I think some of you might be interested in these super wide field of view, obviously, and the pinpoint stars. And what impresses me the most is a sensitivity. We finally got it. We finally got it. After 3 years of working on this, we finally got it pinpoint. Eat your heart out, Sony, because it looks like the companies are going to come out with some pretty impressive stuff when it comes to sensors. Okay, folks, you have a good night. Thank you very much again. And tomorrow morning, if it's nice enough, we're going to be doing a little bit of a solar broadcast. Once again, thank you very much. We really appreciate your presence here and sharing observation all together. Have a good night.